it's you. We're so glad to see you. Come on in.
We have our first soap today from Maggard's Razors.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we're the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, it's good to see you. And this is Elaine Stritch.
She's hanging out for a nap.
So yeah, our mention today, they are going to have a meetup
They
for
are
the
at
shaving
Maggard's.
world. And it's being hosted by Maggard's Razors. We are covering our very first Maggard soap today. When is it going to be?
It's for April 20th, and I'm pretty sure I read that tickets go on sale for February 1st. So if you're in the area or wanting to go to a meetup, this may be an awesome one to get yourself too.
I don't think we're going to be able to make it, but it kills us because the very next day there's also going to be something going on at the Razor Company, which is only about an hour and a half from there. So, yo, what a cool thing if you live on the East Coast. And even if you don't, I think DJ is going to try to go and stuff.
Yeah, lots of people tend to travel on out. So
there you go. And what's our soap today?
So this barbershop, as part of our barbershop month, we had a few requests and write-ins about this one. So we wanted to include it.
And you know what I love? I love it when artisans suggest to us other artisans because it means that they love them and they smell other soaps too and stuff like that. So this was actually a suggestion of Melody and Zach at Moon Soaps. They were like, oh, barbershop month, have you tried this one at Maggard's?
Right? We were asking, what should we try? So,
yo, I'm so excited to try this one. Let's meet the soap. All right, so there aren't too many things we can read here on the sales page beside the set notes, but I'm excited about this one, and I'm curious about what makes it a London barbershop, because we know Italian barbershops are more about the almond.
That's true.
I don't know what a London barbershop is.
I've never been to London, so I have no idea. I mean, you hear like London fog or like that kind of thing, so I'm curious about like maybe the crispness.
You know, if I do glance at the scent notes, they're not all that different than the American barbershops, so maybe it's in the mix or in the formulation or something.
I wonder,
I'm kind of excited. And our very first soap from Maggard's. I mean, talk about a legendary name in the hobby, right? However, I can tell you that these soaps are made by Maria Arman, a soap maker and potter from Michigan. Very cool. Oh, I love experiencing a soap from a new place and a new maker.
And everything.
Ooh, let's rip this box open.
So our first Maggard's box, and they've got their own little Maggard's tape going on. We may have purchased a few things.
Yeah, we got a few things, so don't peek at
peeking.
the future episodes that are in.
Oh, here's our little official.
Yes, very cool. All right. Oh, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have Unknown. It is packed by Jarek.
Thank you.
That is very cool.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. A big lineup of episodes for us to do. That's exciting. All right, which one do we need now?
Let's see. Ooh, it's a white soap base.
Oh.
It's very white.
Whoa.
Sparkly almost.
Look at that. Y'all, look at the container. And look at this. There's a little star.
You got a blue star.
Underneath. Oh, it's beautiful. And look at the label.
Wow, that is a very clean, simple, nice label.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at this. I'm excited.
It's a different. I don't think we've had that little container yet. Even more in our den.
Have a first impression. I don't. You do it. Oh, no, watch your face.
He can't do it.
I'm too excited.
Okay,
With barbershops, I get too excited.
All right, let's see. This is nearing in on the end of the barbershop month. So we've kind of had a few since then.
We've done a lot, folks. Not all.
No.
I mean, maybe 10% of them that are out there, I think.
There's a lot more to be had. But I am curious how Maggard's does this London barbershop, if it's going to be...
I like the barbershop combinations. I like the North Pole barbershop. I like the Boardwalk barbershop. I like it when they take barbershops of the Philippine barbershop and A&E. Like, I like that. When
I'm curious what London means. But,
I know, right? Maybe a little foggy, a little rainy, maybe. Who knows?
We're about to find out.
Who knows?
Strap in.
All right, take it in.
Okay. Those who like to see the pores here.
Yeah, we do have fans. Ooh.
Just so you know.
Oh.
Okay. No whiffing yet. Ready? Here we go.
Very exciting. Okay, take it in.
It does have that more like bluish kind of color.
Yeah.
We still haven't figured out how to explain that type of barbershop, but it has like a little cologne-y end maybe.
Yes, and sort of a bracing top note that's not powder.
It's not.
So we've kind of figured out there are powder barbershops and there's the more bracing, citrusy, sort of higher end notes barbershops. Where would you put this one?
Yeah, more that kind of bluish higher end.
Ooh.
And the potency is actually more of a thing.
Oh.
I feel like it's a more potent
Oh.
scent.
My goodness.
For our first Maggards, I'm just throwing that out there.
All right, pass it. Okay, ready? Here we go. Oh, it's just a beautiful presentation.
It is. It's definitely classy.
I'm curious what this toy is.
I know. Is that the lot number?
I used to get these exact stickers on my piano music when I was little.
Oh, look, you won a blue star.
I know. Okay, let me see.
Okay, give it a whiff here. Ready? See if we can take a trip to London.
It's a beautiful pour.
It is.
Oh, what a lovely barbershop this is. And it's not powder, it's the more blue. It's the almost aquatic.
Yes,
barbershop.
that I would
you
say.
Smell that?
But maybe that's like the fog from London. Like maybe that's kind of the vibe that they're going after.
Beautifully clean and something. We have a couple, y'all, that are in this vein
zone.
That we
know.
And it's not a powder, but it's almost is a spearmint for me. When I smell this.
Interesting.
Ooh.
The potency, I would say I get that. I don't,
like
I'm not sure what it
high
is.
floral mixed with a little bit of a spearmint, and that's the heart of it for me.
And I think some of the others had like a white patchouli. I still don't really know exactly what that scent is, but there's some sort of a herby spice that's still in there.
Right.
And it makes it really, really clean.
Yes, an herby, and not really floral, but I think you said it right. I think it's more of an herby barbershop.
It's a clean herb.
Yeah, a clean herb, but a natural sweet. So
right.
I think, maybe that's the distinction, y'all, because the barbershops we have that are in column A are more your man-made smells, your baby powders, your colognes, your medicines, your things that the combs go in, like more of those things. And these are a little bit more of your natural ones, more of the flowers, more of the oak moss, more of those bracing top notes that are not the baby powder.
Right.
Even though, ironically, baby powder, I think, is a scent made up of natural things.
But
you guys, you know what I mean, right? It's that. So I think this is a more oceany, more slightly aquatic, made out of florals, made out of woods, made out of natural things.
But I think you're right. Oceany is now the word that we're going for.
The oceany.
Because it's it doesn't have the salt from the ocean. It doesn't have any of that. No. But it does have that blue aquatic kind of different scent from other barbershops.
Right. And it's not, for me, a real wide scent. So I know you've got 6 or 7 scent notes in there, but I don't get like a crazy
like
balance
journey.
Of lots of different things. I get more like 1 or 2 central notes that are built of the scent notes. And so it's not a scent that's going to have you taking a long journey through a 3-act play.
Right.
You're going to get all of this in the first whiff, and it's just lovely.
And I think that's what makes it seem stronger. Some of the other barbershops that have more of the powders, they seem softer. Right. Maybe even if they're like potency level, they may not be.
Right.
But what you get off the puck or whipping it up, it's a little lighter. It's a little quieter of a scent. These ones are a little bit more on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, and for those more cleaner barbershops, right, it's more, for me, a balance of the outside and the inside. Like from going from inside to outside, you wouldn't tell too much of a difference. You'd still get the beautiful florals. You'd still get the beautiful woods. You'd still get those center notes because they're built out of nature.
Right.
Fresh Cut Fade does a little bit of that for me. And then the other barbershops like Sterling, the iconic one, it's more of the powders and more of the more organic inside the barbershop smells.
And you can really break down like the scent that people tend to lean towards for barbershop is more the bergamot, a little lavender, a little powders. Like there's something in that base of a barbershop.
Right.
But these are ones that have taken a little twist off. Or the more extreme sides where it is more like the beach barbershop or more of a themed barbershop.
And we might even venture to say that these are your more modern.
I would agree. At least from what we've, some of we had like
the
a vintage.
powders and the aftershaves, those are a little bit more the classic. Those have been there from the 30s and 40s.
That's more the vintage side.
This feels a little bit more 90s and forward.
I would agree.
For me.
I'm with you on that for sure. Okay, but look at the pour here.
I know.
It's kind of a fun different, I don't know if you can get it on camera, but it has a fun iridescence to it. And, it's always cool to find somebody's new base here. So,
right. Just because you love a blue barbershop, you might like it even more if the base really speaks to you. Like,
so with that in mind, should we lather this up?
Let's lather it while we talk about scent notes. Sarah's going to be using my KUN Dark Blooms bowl. Oh, let's look at the let's look at the part. Oh, it's mostly like butter.
Okay.
Just maybe
a little
just
on
like,
the softer side?
Like on the like toothpaste consistency, nice and
I see what you mean.
Soft, right?
Like a thicker lotion Colgate toothpaste
right? Yeah, this is our bougie spray. And compliments of Jeremy Fletcher.
Yes.
This is our mountain hairbrush, and I just love it. I used it last night. Thank
Yeah,
you,
you did.
buddy. It's a fantastic shave brush.
All right.
26 millimeter knot, if I'm not
I think
mistaken.
you're right, actually.
We wet the brush, of course, when we shave for realsies, but part of the magic of television is we just use our bougie spray for this. But let's see what happens here. Love my cable bowl because
And
of
it's
these
waking up
ridges, y'all. This is just sort of a magic lather machine.
And it is a fun way to get to know a newer soap because we kind of know what this bowl does. Seeing how the newer base wakes up, because that's
and
immediate.
that's already.
That is a happy lather.
Already a thicker lather than I would have expected. That's beautiful. And it's getting a little cobwebby in the dish. You see there?
Just a little thirsty now.
She's asking just for, can I have a sip of water? You just had some water. Well, I
love how Lainey's so unfazed. She could care less.
This puppy dog, I'll tell you what.
She's like, okay, whatever you want to do. Just keep doing.
Oh, look at that. Just beautiful yogurt already. Like, you really do want to mix up your lather until it has a different consistency, until it literally is like stirring yogurt. Because if you were stirring yogurt, there'd be a little push back to your brush, right? That is where you want to work that lather to get to that point.
I know we don't really talk about lather, but you've seen how long that took.
Whoa!
It's
Anyone need to do 7 or 8 passes out of this? Because you probably could.
Very curious.
7 or 8 out of this. Look at that.
Give this a shave. We'll have to see how the base actually really does for a shave, but holy moly.
I mean, I'm above average impressed with this lather, y'all. This is glorious.
Thank you, Maggard.
Right?
Wow.
Do we have a laser on the set we can just use right now? That's
our first Maggard base here.
Woo!
From Michigan.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, keep listening. Let's
now,
see.
back to business.
Yeah,
we gotta read some stuff.
Talk about it. All right, from the sales page.
Now we can read
razors,
this.
Now we can unleash the beast here. It's a mix of bergamot. Got it? And this is where I think this blue formulation starts to go blue.
Yeah.
Basil leaf, y'all.
Which a few have had this. We're going to have to go back and see if they were all in that zone.
Green and a little Italian. There you go. Oak moss.
Yeah.
And white patchouli. I think the white patchouli is a big ingredient in the blue barbershop idea.
Yeah, I agree. And either that or it's the basil leaf because some of the other ones had like a rosemary.
Or how
some
they come
had
together.
Right. So we may have to go back and really look and see.
Rosemary would not be out of place in this either. It'd be beautiful.
But I gotta say, okay, smell once it's been lathered up.
Okay, here we go.
This lather, my goodness.
Let me get this back.
Yeah. See, do
here,
a little.
contrast. Okay, got it.
Okay, and then see that yogurty goodness here.
Oh.
It's a little softer. Maybe
it's slightly more delicate.
Yes.
Balanced.
I'm saying soft, but delicate is a much better word. Good for you, Marcus.
Because a lot of times a bluer barbershop can hit me with just a little bit of a cold air. Yeah. Just a little bit of that. This seems to have softened that up a little bit.
I almost want to say it went a little more feminine.
Oh!
Just a little quieter.
I'm glad you said that. I don't think you would be wrong for saying that. I think this could be absolutely
I'm getting a little
feminine.
more of, they don't list a floral, but something that almost could be a floral.
Right. Like a jasmine or
I
something
don't know.
along those lines.
Give it a whiff and see if that makes sense.
100%. There is a floral in here. Don't you be afraid. And it's beautiful. I think it helps to bring the lightness together with the absence of a powder note.
Yes.
I think it sort of helps do that. I think it sort of helps
and
bring
it's
this hops
still
together.
a really refreshing, clean scent. I'm just trying to think of the difference from the puck to here.
Right. Look at this new fallen snow.
That is impressive.
Isn't that beautiful? Just the way this lather, it's just covering up the ridges in the bowl even.
I know. I'm really glad we finally caved and got a Maggard's because people have said other scents, but it just happened to land perfectly. Look here.
Our brush normally doesn't do that, folks.
Wow, don't drop that on your piano.
Maggard's. This is just beautiful. I'm just surrounded by this beautiful scent.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking most London barbershops have got to have a basement. Let's go down a little deeper. Oh, I should have worn my Sweeney Todd shirt if we're doing London Barbershop, right?
Well, right.
And or put the poster up that Angela signed.
We are not thinking.
That's all right.
Wow. But seriously, that is quite a lather. I know we don't talk about lather, but we do. But we don't. But we do.
Over the piano, right? Unafraid.
Right? Unafraid.
Gorgeous.
I'm very excited for you to actually shave with that because I think you'll be able to we'll be able to feel the difference maybe. I don't know. It could just be a magic leather. I have no idea. But
slick and beautiful.
We have to see what Maria buzzed in her base here, you know?
And let's dive into this. This is not your James Bond scent. I think James would be a little bit more leather. I think James would be a little bit more spice.
More old-time classic.
This is more clean and friendly and beautiful. And if we're going to stay London, this is a little more like Monty Python.
Oh.
Like Eric Idle might wear this, right? I don't know. What do you get? Who do you think might smell a little something like this?
Only because I know it's not cologne-y.
Right.
But this does end in that brighter, cleaner kind of a scent that I do get a little younger, more current, modern energy from it.
100%.
So, 100%.
–
versus like some of the barbershops where they're like back in the day, like, oh, this is a Sherlock barbershop. Or like, there's something that's more of that kind of brick and mortar OG vibe.
Right.
This is definitely more a current, bright, fun, funky, clean,
100%.
zesty. Like it has a lot more of that brightness to it.
Right.
Where some of the other barbershops have more of the powdery, cleaner undertones. Right. So if I really, I'm thinking this is more of the modern person.
Yeah.
Like if I were to walk into a barbershop today that opened a few years ago, it's going to smell more like this.
Yes.
Versus some of the other ones that have been around for generations and generations do have more of that powdery brick kind of vibe in the room, the leather from the chair. Like there's other stuff that have age built in the history of it.
Right. And I do like that if you are more of a fan of the natural smells, this barbershop has you covered. I think almost everything I'm smelling in this grows in the ground and grows outside and starts to come out in spring and summer.
Right.
Like just beautiful. So yes, absolutely a barbershop. But at the same time, if you are more of a fan of those natural smells, this is going to be a lot more delightful than I think one that is more baby powder or more aftershave.
So if you're not a fan of the powder or the musk or, some of those other things, then this may be more the blue barbershop lane that you may
that's what
vibe
makes
towards.
it blue is like absolutely no musk in here. It's the opposite of a musk. If anything, it's got like a white musk.
Right. And I think that's why they use the white patchouli instead, because it doesn't have the talky, musky, powdery, drier thing happening.
Right.
It's much more of that blue, brighter kind of.
And for some reason, it makes me think of a barbershop that does shaves, not one that like you're going to walk out with a haircut.
I would completely agree with that.
This is one where they're going to like hang your coat up for you and just kind of take care of you for an hour and make sure when you leave, you are just ready for the biggest job interview of your life. You know what I mean?
So now that we've done most of our barbershop month.
Right. Except one.
Right. That's true. We only got one more left to record.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to look back and see what we thought of barbershops before.
Right.
Because it's odd, but even our first episode we ever did was technically a barbershop.
You're right. And most of them in the early days had powder.
They did.
So that's where I kind of braced myself for the barbershops. And this month, wow, have we discovered all
nose opening?
kinds of other things.
Somebody discovery
Mind
has
opening,
been...
nose opening, right?
Right.
So we have the blue barbershop, we have the more traditional barbershop, we have the vintage barbershop.
Right.
We have the Italian barbershop that had the more almonds in it. We have, my God.
And there's so many more. Like, those are just what we could fit
we
into
even had
this
the dead
one.
body barbershop.
We did.
Y'all, could you get a little bit more esoteric? But there you are.
Right?
And all of them delightful.
And I feel like, barbershop is like an umbrella. We've now learned underneath it, there's a lot more different categories. There is a barbershop for everyone. Yeah. Even Sloppy Badger, who's not a fan of barbershop, has found one that he likes.
St. Louis, about that alley in St. Louis went right up his, right? So there you go. It could just be 1,000,001 things in a barbershop, but it's a place that's clean and friendly and welcoming where you like to spend time. And I think that's as good a definition as any.
Right. And, wet shaving overall is such a connection to an actual barbershop scent. Right. It's funny that still... we don't really have a scent of what the barbershop is. Nope. It's just that imagination filling it in the blanks or like this is maybe takes you here or there. So it's fun to just keep discovering what barbershop means to each artisan. Yeah. They all have their own little way of mixing it up.
For sure. So all you have to do is be heading around London, maybe in the mid-1800s, and you're going to find a pie shop over on Fleet Street that has the most amazing meat pies, and above it, a London barbershop. And I guarantee if you go up there, you'll get your own. So head over to maggardrazors.com where you'll find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. An amazing barbershop with a clean laundry vibe somehow at the end. It's just a fantastic scent. And now that I've spent a couple of weeks with it, it just has a lovely way of softening. Right when you think it's going to take a right, it takes a left and just leaves you feeling clean and comforted. And y'all, this lather has a magic combination of two things for me. It needs to be substantial and sticky on my face. And this is one that does that. It just has a way of staying right where you left it in a thickness you need for any razor blade. So y'all, thanks, Maggards. We will for sure be back. In fact, we've already been looking.
Welcome to Messages. So, we decided, after busting open our first chiseled face, that we wanted to make sure our audience got one to help celebrate us almost making it to 500.
Why not? Because they're on Amazon. So let's have a giveaway. So we're going to be sending to one of our lucky subscribers here on YouTube a chiseled face soap of your choice from Amazon.com. So all you have to do is be one of our subscribers here on YouTube and send us a message right here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you. So check back on March 17th to find out if you are our lucky winner, and best of luck to y'all. Oh, it's just beautiful. And, we have had a few questions from different people as to which barbershops do smell similar to the others. And, well, we like to send you over to our friend Thirsty Badger at thirstybadger.ca because he is keeping the master data list. He has a database on his website where he maintains a list of all of the soap makers and their formulations and what they use. So if you want to check out what some of your favorite scents are and what others might smell similar, check out thirstybadger.ca.
Yes. And thank you for sending this to our way, Zach and Melody, because it is a super fun one, and I'm really glad we got our first Maggards going on.
Yes, and boy, other artisans are never wrong when they point you to something else in the shaving world because they make their own and they know what the other good ones are that they like. So.
And their noses are trained to really get the details and stuff in scents, so I do trust their opinion,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
they know what they smell.
For sure. And Maggards, hey, I am impressed. Above average scent, above average lather. I can pretty much guarantee you this will not be our last. Thank you so much for making an awesome product.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
Woo! You'll smell better just watching this.